In a secret location, an elderly man slowly walks down a long, white hallway. His steps echo softly as he moves toward a large room. Inside, many serious-looking people are gathered: scientists, engineers, and architects. They are not just having an ordinary meeting. The world, as everyone knows it, is coming to an end. Earth's surface is no longer safe, and the only hope for survival is to build a secret underground city. This city is called Ember, and it is designed to protect the remaining humans and keep the human race alive. The group works together to create this new home beneath the ground. As part of their plan, one of the scientists carefully places an important document in a small clear glass object inside a strong metal box. He programs the box to stay locked for exactly 200 years. According to their calculations, 2 centuries should be enough time for the people of Ember to live underground safely until it is possible to return to the surface.
For the good of all mankind.
The box is handed over to the city's first mayor. She is given a special responsibility to pass this box on to the next mayor, and so on. When there are 47 years left before the box is supposed to open, the mayor who is in charge of it suddenly collapses and dies. The chain is broken. The people of Ember keep living underground without knowing about the box or its countdown. Finally, after 200 years, the box unlocks itself, just as it was designed to do. In one of the homes within the underground city of Ember, a man named Loris Harrow walks into his son's room. His son, Dune, is getting ready for an important day. While they are speaking, the lights suddenly go out. Ember is powered only by a generator, and lately the electricity has been unstable. Loris calmly begins counting. When he reaches 8, the lights flicker back on. Dune mentions that this is the 3rd power outage just this week, and each one seems to last longer than the last. Loris nods, agreeing with his son. Dune expresses his growing fear. He says if the generator fails completely, everyone in Ember will be in danger. Loris tries to lighten the mood by joking, but Dune stays serious. He believes the city is falling apart and insists they must do something about it.
Dad, this place is falling apart. No, I will not just sit around.
Dune is determined to get a job that will let him work on the generator. Later, the city's mayor, Mayor Cole, steps onto a stage in a public hall. He speaks to a group of teenagers who have just reached the age when they receive their job assignments. This ceremony is a big event in Ember. In another part of the city, a girl named Lena is rushing through the streets to make it to the ceremony on time. She reaches the Ember school building and joins her classmates. Her friend Lizzie sees her and encourages her to join the group quietly. Everyone stands together and sings the national song of Ember. Then Mayor Cole begins the assignment process. He passes around a bag filled with folded pieces of paper. Each paper has a job written on it. One boy pulls a paper that says, "Electric Works," and he excitedly asks if it means he will be working on the generator. The mayor confirms this, and the boy beams with pride. Lena picks her paper and sees Pipeworks. She looks disappointed. Meanwhile, Dune is assigned to be a messenger, which is not what he hoped for.
Messenger.
The other students receive jobs like food service, cleaning, and other necessary roles to keep the city functioning. After the assignments are done, the students leave the hall. Outside, Dune calls out to Lena. He wants to trade jobs with her. Lena is surprised and asks why he would want her job, which involves working in the city's tunnels and sewers. But Dune explains that he wanted Electric Works and couldn't get it, so he would rather be in Pipeworks than running messages. He hopes to get closer to the generator from there.
I would rather die than be a messenger. I don't want to waste my time while the whole city crumbles.
Yes.
Lena agrees and happily gives him her assignment. She thanks him and heads home. When Lena arrives at her house, she tells her neighbors that she has become a messenger. She then goes inside to see her grandmother, excited to share the news. She asks where her baby sister Poppy is and finds her safely playing in the back room. Back at the Harrow home, Loris gives Dune a graduation gift. It's something he made himself. Dune opens the package and finds a strange device inside. He doesn't recognize what it is, so he asks. But his father only smiles and tells him he will figure it out on his own. Loris also shares some advice, telling Dune to pay close attention at work and learn everything in detail. However, Dune, still frustrated about missing the generator job, doesn't seem too interested. He quietly leaves the house. Outside, he finds a large moth that looks injured and gently tries to help it. That evening, Lena puts Poppy to sleep. She promises to play some voice messages while Poppy rests. Lena uses a pedal-powered machine to play old recordings. One of the voices belongs to her late father, whose words bring comfort and memories. The device also plays messages from her father's customers.
Rain, it's me, Barrow. I've been thinking about it.
One of them, a man named Barrow, says he has changed his mind and now wants to be involved, perhaps referring to something important he had refused before. After Poppy falls asleep, Lena begins drawing a picture of a blue sky, dreaming of a world beyond the underground city. The next morning, Lena wakes up early and excited for her first day at work. She puts on her red messenger cloak and heads out. She already knows all the rules of the job and proudly lists them to her supervisor. Dune also starts his new job in Pipeworks. He receives a helmet and is told to write his name on it so he can be identified in case of an accident. In fact, the guy who wore this helmet was drowned, and if it weren't for the scraped name, they wouldn't have had identified him.
If he hadn't cut his name in there, we wouldn't have known who he was.
Lena's first delivery is to a woman named Clary. While they are talking, they suddenly hear a loud scream. They rush to the window and see a man being dragged away by guards. He had tried to escape the city. The people nearby keep their distance, worried that he might carry a disease from outside. Shortly, the guards arrest him.
Dark, but I had no idea how dark.
Lena asks Clary why someone would take such a big risk. Clary says that there is too much to do inside Ember to be thinking about the outside. She warns Lena not to be too curious. After Clary returns to her work, Lena notices something lying on the ground. It's an item the arrested man must have dropped. She picks it up and hides it in her coat before walking away. Elsewhere, Dune is working underground with his supervisor, Sewell. The pipes are very old and badly damaged. Sewell explains that they don't have any new pipes to replace the broken ones. Instead, they just patch up the holes when something leaks.
Hold that.
He mentions that the last time these pipes were replaced was 20 years ago. After fixing a leak, they walk back toward the control room. Dune starts asking Sewell questions about the tunnels in the generator room. But Sewell says he doesn't know. He only focuses on his part of the job.
Slow down, kid. You have to learn to take things as they come.
When Sewell falls asleep in his chair, Dune quietly takes a map and starts studying it. He wants to find a way into the generator room. He discovers a locked door that leads to it, but he can't open it. Determined not to give up, he searches for another way in. He follows the tunnels, climbing through narrow passages until he finds a door on the ceiling. He pulls himself up and enters a strange room. As he begins to explore, a man suddenly grabs him and demands to know what he's doing there. Dune tries to calm the situation by saying he knows the man's brother, but the man doesn't care. He angrily throws Dune out and warns him never to return.
I'm sorry.
Get lost again!
After falling, Dune gets up and keeps walking. Suddenly, the city lights go out once again. Everything goes dark. Lena, out delivering messages, stops by a street pole, scared, and waits for the power to return. In the darkness, Dune sees her and walks over, calling her name.
Lena? Lena?
Dune?
Lena?
Lena asks why the blackout is lasting so long. Usually the lights come back quickly. She hopes Dune will say things will be fine, but he tells her the city is falling apart, and even the generators might stop soon. Then the lights return. Shortly, a voice over the speaker calls all pipe workers and engineers back to work. Dune says he has to go. Before he leaves, Lena gives him something she found earlier. She says a man from one of the unknown parts of the city gave it to her and thinks it's part of an animal. Dune says it's from a beetle and asks if he can keep it. Lena agrees. He takes it and leaves. A woman then asks Lena to deliver a message, but she says she wants to check on her grandmother first. At home, Lena finds her grandmother pulling couch cushions apart, looking for something.
What's here?
Something is very...
Before she can ask why, she hears her baby sister Poppy in another room. Poppy is chewing on a piece of paper. Lena makes her spit it out. Next to her is an open box. Her grandmother sees the box and says that's what she was looking for.
You found it.
But when Lena asks what's inside, she says she forgot. Lena doesn't ask more. She's already late for work, and so she leaves. Meanwhile, Dune visits Joss to ask about the generator. But before he speaks, Joss tells him it's broken and no one can fix it. Lena continues her deliveries. Looper, the man who threw Dune out earlier, gives her a message for the mayor.
Ship is in.
Lena takes the message and brings it to the mayor's office, where Barton, his assistant, lets her in. While walking through the hallway, Lena sees portraits of past mayors. She mentions she's related to the seventh one. Then she notices each mayor holds the same kind of box she found. In the office, Mayor Cole is having his portrait painted. Lena delivers the message. When she asks about the box, the mayor wonders if it's part of the message. She says no. He then thanks her and sends her away.
Is that part of the message?
No, I was just curious.
Thank you.
As she walks home, Lena hears Looper tell another man, this time, it's going out for good. When she asks what he means, he quickly changes his words. Dune, still curious about the beetle, wonders how it got so big. Loris sees him and tells him to stop wasting time and get back to work. Later, Lena opens the box at home. Inside is a chewed-up piece of paper. The remaining words don't make sense. But then she finds a hidden part of the box with a glass object inside. She takes it to her friend Lizzie, but Lizzie doesn't know what it is either. As they talk, the ground shakes and the lights go out again. At Lena's house, her grandmother's condition worsens.
Did we find it?
Lie back.
She keeps shouting, something is important, but no one understands. A doctor visits, but says she has no medicine. Lena asks her to check Poppy, who has been coughing. The doctor finds another piece of paper in Poppy's mouth and throws it away. Lena grabs it, trying to read it with the other note. Then the power goes out again. Lena carries Poppy to their grandmother's room. She calls out, but there's no reply. When the power returns, she sees her grandmother has passed away. Lena hugs Poppy, crying. After the funeral, Lena and Poppy move in with Mrs. Murdo. During dinner, Lena shares her fear about the blackouts. Mrs. Murdo tells her not to worry, the city's builders will return.
Builders?
That's right.
Later, Lena tries to piece the two notes together and brings them to Dune. They sneak into their old school and find a history book. The writing in the book matches the paper, showing it's from the city's builders. A guard spots them, but they escape with the book. Dune studies the paper and finds the word exit.
E-X-I-T, exit.
They decide to explore again. They go to an area missing from Sewell's map and find a locked door. While Dune tries to pick the lock, two men appear but run away when a giant tentacled creature comes. Lena and Dune hear the noise and investigate. They find a can of food on their way. Then the creature shows up to consume them, but they run and escape. Resting afterward, Dune tells Lena the city is running out of food. While talking, Lena notices Dune's helmet. It has her last name on it. He explains it belonged to the man who drowned. Lena realizes the man was her
The
father.
man who wore that helmet before me drowned.
Drowned.
Later, she visits Clary and tells her. Clary says her father believed the river led out of Ember. He tried to follow it, but the pipes exploded, and he didn't make it. Lena considers giving the box to the mayor. Clary supports the idea. Lena brings the box to the school, hoping to find the mayor. She spots Lizzie and calls out, but Lizzie tries to avoid her.
Lizzie!
Suddenly, Lizzie is stumbled by the kids on the road and falls on the ground. Lena helps her when she drops a pineapple, a fruit that hasn't been seen in years. Lizzie admits she got it from Looper, her boyfriend, which is somehow questionable. Lena tells Dune this new information, and they believe Looper and the mayor are hiding something behind the locked door. And so they go back to the tunnels for more investigation. They break into a hidden bunker and find piles of food. The mayor is asleep on the floor, surrounded by stolen supplies. Back at Mrs. Murdo's house, Lena and Dune sit in Lena's room, trying to decide their next step. As they talk, it's time for Poppy to sleep. Lena asks Dune to pedal the machine that plays recorded voices so Poppy can fall asleep to the sound of their father's voice. While pedaling, Dune unexpectedly hears a message, this time from someone else. He quickly realizes it's his own father's voice.
Come around. I've changed my mind.
Driven by this discovery, Dune heads to Loris's house and confronts him. He demands to know why Loris lied, especially after trying to leave the city. Loris brushes it off, saying the builders had abandoned them. But Dune reveals he has proof that's not true. This grabs Loris's attention.
No, they didn't. They didn't, Dad. I have proof.
While all this is happening, Lena tells Barton what she learned. The mayor is secretly stealing food from the people of Ember. Barton acts surprised and tells her to report it. But as they walk, he suddenly pushes her into the mayor's office. Inside, Barton accuses Lena of lying about the mayor. Trapped, Lena bravely talks to the mayor and mentions the hidden bunker. The mayor acts shocked and notices a small box in Lena's hand. He asks to see it, but she refuses.
May I look at that box, Lena?
Why?
The mayor orders his guards to take it from her. Just then, the power goes out, and Lena uses the chance to grab a metal card from the mayor and runs away with the box. At the same time, guards come to Dune's house to find it. Dune's father, Loris, pretends he can't hear well and tricks the guards by leading them to another room. This helps Dune escape. Lena then warns Clary that guards are after her. Barton goes to Mrs. Murdo's house looking for Lena, but she isn't there. Mrs. Murdo remembers overhearing Lena and Dune talking about the greenhouse. Barton rushes to the greenhouse, throws things around, and tries to scare Clary into telling him where the kids are.
That's food you're destroying! Our food!
Clary says she doesn't know anything. Barton doesn't believe her and warns her to speak. Suddenly, he hears a noise and runs to another room, but finds no one. He sees a footprint and thinks the children escaped through the window, so he rushes outside.
Leave 2 guards!
Still inside, Lena and Dune plan their escape. They find a bicycle Loris built. Dune says the man in the voice message was his father, and their fathers tried to escape before.
What do you mean, your dad?
His voice is in your answering machine.
They decide to ride the bike through underground caves which lead to the pipe room. There they hide the bike in a wet area. Lena gives Dune the metal card. When he puts it on the glass inside the box, it glows. A glowing sign appears on the generator door. Above them, a celebration is happening. Lena hears singing and goes upstairs quietly to get Poppy. She brings her back without anyone noticing, but they can't find the key to the generator. Lena thinks hard and realizes the paper she found is shaped like a circle, like the floor she stands on. The symbols on the paper are a map. She looks behind a locker and finds something hidden.
Release by...
Following the paper's instructions, they turn a wheel to the right. The locker moves, revealing the hidden generator room. Inside, they find a river and a boat. The boat moves onto a conveyor belt toward the water, but the water is too low. The boat gets stuck under the water wheel and breaks. Dune says the machine should have moved away. Lena understands they must follow the instructions exactly. She reads again and sees they must enter a special room first. Dune goes to the emergency control room. He puts the metal and clear cards together and inserts them into the keyhole. At first, nothing happens, but when Poppy pulls the key out, the door opens. Dune smiles and praises Poppy. They climb a ladder to another control area with a key slot. When they insert the key, the controls light up. The instructions say to set the water to full power once, then again. The machine gets stuck. Pressure builds and the wheels spin out of control. The noise alerts nearby people. The pipes burst, flooding the area. Dune sees Sewell trying to fix the system and runs to help. Sewell struggles, but Dune gives him a tool made by Loris. Sewell uses it to turn the gears, and the machine works again, but water keeps coming. The water floods the town and the school where the party is still going. People finally realize something is wrong. The mayor tries to run, but falls on his own fresh painting. Near the machine, Dune tells Sewell they must leave. Sewell says someone must stay to keep the wheels moving.
Now, we're gonna go now! Come on! I've got to keep this open!
Dune begs him to come, but Sewell firmly refuses. Dune joins Lena and Poppy. They get in the boat, and the water's pressure pushes them past the water wheel. Meanwhile, the mayor heads to his hidden bunker in the tunnels. He meets Looper, who wants to enter too. The mayor selfishly pushes Looper away, breaking their promise to escape together. Inside the bunker, the mayor finds a large tentacled creature waiting. Before he can react, the monster attacks him, and he screams his lungs out for help. Elsewhere, Lena, Dune, and Poppy float through dark tunnels on the water. They reach a calm lake with a slide that leads to a new place with docks and stairs. They leave the boat and find candles and a match. They light the candles and walk carefully in the dark. They climb stairs and see messages on the wall. For the good of all mankind, one step at a time, don't push, careful for babies, and more. They feel air, but still can't see well. Lena doubts if they made the right choice, thinking maybe nothing is there.
They were right. There's nothing but darkness.
That night, they slept on the ground. The next morning, Dune and Poppy wake up first. As the sun rises, they see a world full of green plants, fields, and life. They are amazed and happy. Lena goes back to the hole they came from and shouts to Ember, but no one hears her, of course. Dune says yelling is useless, so they write the instructions on paper, tie it to a rock, and drop it down.
To a rock, and tossed it down toward the city.
The rock lands near Loris. He picks it up, reads the note, and smiles with hope. Lena, Dune, and Poppy start a new life on Earth, hoping the rest of Ember will follow them soon. City of Ember is a gripping adventure that explores the survival of humanity in a crumbling underground city powered by failing technology. As the darkness and decay threaten the last refuge of mankind, two determined young heroes uncover hidden secrets and race against time to save their home. Combining mystery, hope, and a spirit of discovery, the film highlights the resilience of human courage in the face of impending collapse.